Hey Subbies, welcome back to my channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. And say hello to my pillow. I think about it, I don't even think y'all really mess with my vlogs. Were they really that bad? Or am I just too funny to be out here vlogging? So you can tell by the title, in the cup in hand, it's Am I the A-hole? Am I the A-hole for leaving dinner early after my boyfriend's friend introduced me as the current one? I would have had to ask him to confirm and explain to me, what do you mean by the current one? Because baby, I should be the only one. So my boyfriend, 31 male, invited me to dinner with his old college group. One of his female friends, 30 female, who I've never met before, came late, looked me up and down, then said, "Oh, so you're the current one, cute." I was stunned. No one laughed, no one corrected her. My boyfriend just kind of chuckled awkwardly and changed the subject. I sat there in silence for another 20 minutes before excusing myself and leaving. I took an Uber home. He called me later and said I embarrassed him by making it a thing and that I should have just been chill because she didn't mean anything by it. He wants me to apologize to her for walking out like a child. Am I the a-hole for not tolerating that kind of blatant disrespect? Fuming, bro. Okay, let's get into it. For starters, you are not the a-hole, because baby, I wouldn't have sat there for 20 minutes. I'm gone. I'm out. I'm dipping out. Then he just let you walk away and was gone for however long, and then be like, "Oh, let me go check on my woman." And clearly this girl, they probably had relations or something, is what I would have been thinking, because like, what do you want? You want to fight or something? Like, you want beef or something? You mad? You jealous? Like, what is the issue? And talking about you, first of all, he better not still be your man. I would have broke up with him. That's such a turn off. You let your friend come here, she disrespects me. And then you talking about I wasn't chill enough. It was childish of me to walk out. It was very cooler cat of you not to stand up for me. Am I the a-hole for how I handled this situation? Let's get into it. My favorite. My daughter, 24 female, is on antidepressant and lives at home rent-free while saving for her own place. Must be nice. She keeps her pills in her bathroom with the lid loose because it's hard to open, and since she's the only one using it, it's never been a problem. My son, 23 male, and girlfriend, 22 female, are temporarily staying with us until their condo is ready. Their bathroom sink downstairs is small with no counter space. So when the girlfriend wanted to dye her hair, I told her to use my daughter's bathroom as she has a double sink with countertops, without checking with my daughter, who was home in her room. About an hour later, I overheard my son telling his girlfriend he didn't know how to break something. To his sister, he finally told me his girlfriend had accidentally knocked over my daughter's pills and some fell into the sink where she was dyeing her hair. I said I talked to my daughter, but my son insisted. I heard him enter her room with an attitude saying, "Don't start acting like an ASS, but girlfriend knocked your pills into the sink." My daughter was furious, grabbing the remaining pills and stormed off. My son blamed her for leaving the lid loose when she asked why they were even in the bathroom. I explained and she got angrier, saying they could have used theirs or mine. I told her I hadn't expected this and she needed to calm down. She called my son an a-hole and shut herself in her room. For a 24-year-old, she sure do not throw a tantrum. I urged my son and his girlfriend to apologize to her because she should have asked to move the pills and him because he escalated the situation. He eventually cooled down and apologized, but his girlfriend refused. My son then demanded my daughter apologize to his girlfriend. My daughter refused, saying she had nothing to be sorry for. The girlfriend chose to stay elsewhere until their condo is ready. My daughter spoke with her psychiatrist and replaced her medication. My son still insists I should make my daughter apologize. I did tell my daughter that she could have reacted more calmly, but she maintains that she should have asked to move the pills or at least approach her without assuming she'd go crazy. She also points out she never said anything to the girlfriend, only her brother, and that I never should have let them use her bathroom in the first place. So have I completely mishandled this? Subbies, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments, because this whole situation, girl, you letting too many people live with you, for starters. I'm not gonna lie. Too many people in that house. Too many people. Too many. So this is how I feel. The son, he escalated it for no reason. I do feel like you should have told your daughter that you were going to let your daughter-in-law go in her bathroom and dye her hair, knowing that your daughter leaves the pills loose on the counter, the top, whatever. I mean, I get it's hard to open, but I still feel like if children were to unexpectedly come around the house, the pills should just not be open loosely, you know? Yeah, so mom, I'm sorry, but since I do have to determine whether you are or are not an a-hole, I'm going to say that you are the a-hole. And my reasoning is because you didn't tell the daughter that you were going to let the daughter-in-law into her bathroom. You should have told your daughter to put any items up that she didn't want to get touched or potentially knocked over, even though that person should be as cautious as possible. And then your son just escalated it for no reason. Your daughter-in-law feeling like she ain't got nothing to apologize for. You knocked over the damn pills. The girl, she need her antidepressants. Am I the a-hole? My wife asked for it and then got upset when it happened. I'm not really sure what to expect from this one, because I really don't understand what she could have asked for. I'm a wrestler, 38 male. I used to compete at a high level. Obviously, I don't compete anymore, but I still lift weights and wrestle for fun. My wife's 36 female, and I have 3 kids, 15 female, 11 male, 9 female. I enrolled all our kids in wrestling at the age of 7. The older 2 have been training and competing since then, and the youngest didn't like the sport, so she quit, and now she is doing gymnastics. My wife has never wrestled, but she goes to the gym regularly, and she has decent strength. I got that superwoman strength. Don't play with me. Yesterday, I was chatting with my wife, and the topic of our daughter's wrestling tournament came up, and she asked me, what do I think will happen if her and our daughter wrestle, and I told her that she has no chance. She answered, she is not beating me. I'm much stronger. And I told her, you can try if you want to, but I'm telling you, we'll get ragged out. Oh. And she said, okay, let's do it then. So I called our daughter into the backyard and told her that her mom wants to wrestle. They wrestled. Oh, my, the kids were watching. Oh my gosh. And just like I told her, my wife got handled with ease, bro. When they were done, it didn't last long. My wife left it off and acted fine, but as soon as it was only But as soon as it was only me and her, she said to me, so you knew how that wrestling match was going to go.
You know what? This is too much.
I answered yes, and she said, and you still let it happen? I got embarrassed by my own child in front of my other children, and now they are not going to look at me the same way. I told her she is the one who asked for it, and the idea that our kids will not look at her the same way is completely false, because I taught our kids to be graceful and respectful in victory and defeat, and I'm pretty sure they have respect for their mother regardless of what happens in a wrestling match. even after I said that, she wasn't convinced and still upset, which is not justified in my opinion. Am I the a-hole? Okay, so this mother really sat up there and asked her husband, hey, do you think I could beat our 15-year-old daughter in a freaking wrestling match? And he gave you his honest opinion. And you say, you know what? I'm going to put that to a challenge. And so y'all wrestled in the backyard and you lost and you was upset. Bro, I do not understand. Why would you want to wrestle your First of all, why do you want to wrestle your 15-year-old child? Like, I don't know. I think that's weird. I think that's very weird. So no, I don't think you the a-hole. I think something wrong with your wife, though. I'm not going to lie. Something wrong with her.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Okay, subbies, that's the end of this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and turn on those post notifications so you can see your girl, Lavina, and know when she posts. And y'all, don't forget, we're almost at 500 subbies. We're going to have a celebration. We're going to drink some judgment juice together.